Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teach this word in truth. Salutation, you Akim out there. That's a part of the hopeful elect, you know. That's giving diligence for we in a year of death, diligence, and destruction, man. You know. So without further ado, we're gonna get into these scriptures. We're going to open up with 2 Ezra 15:1.
2 Ezra 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people.
It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people. And that's what we do week in and week out. We go out in the highways and the byways, and we speak to the children of Israel, man. Whether they're here, whether they're for bad, but we still go out there and we teach them. You know? Yeah, bro.
The words of prophecy.
The words of prophecy. And what's prophecy? What's coming to pass? The Alpha, the microchip. Soon to be martial law. Race riots. The famine. Famine of the word. Famine of food. Death and destruction. Yeah, bro.
Which I will put in thy mouth.
And the Lord put these prophecies in his word in our mouth, man. To go out there to teach the children of Israel, man. The hopeful elect, man. Those is going to come back in the fold. Yeah, bro.
Saith the Lord, and called them to be written in paper.
And that's why all these prophecies are written on paper. Because Yahweh Shah said to write them on paper, man. So that's why Ezra and his men that was with him was reading. Ezra was prophesying, and all the members is writing them down, man. Writing all the prophecies down from Daniel to Ezekiel, Jeremiah. All these prophets wrote down the prophecies that was coming to pass because it was ordained from writing down. Yeah, bro.
For they are faithful and true.
These prophecies are faithful and true, man. None of these prophecies is going to fail. All these prophecies that's written is going to come to pass, man. And most of these prophecies that came to pass, because look at our condition. We have a few prophecies that has not come to pass, but guess what? They're going to surely come to pass, man. Somebody get Habakkuk.
2 and 3? Or 2 and 2?
2. The prophecies that come to pass. I'm saying, you that? Yeah.
I got it. You got it?
Yeah.
Go on.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables.
Write the vision and make it plain upon the tables. Which is these scriptures right here, man. Make it plain, man. Write the prophecies, man, and make it plain upon tables, man. All the prophecies that was of old that came to pass, and the prophecies that still coming to pass, man. Yeah, read.
It says, and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That he may run that readeth it, man. And what do you think we doing with these prophecies, man? We out there on the highways and the byways, prophesizing the downfall of America and the enslavement of Esau, which is the so-called white man. So all these prophecies that have come to pass, we have run and we read them. So we ran with these prophecies, man. And we proclaim with these prophecies, man, on the highways and the byways, on videos, week in and week out. Okay?
Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time. All these visions was appointed for a particular time, and some of the visions came to pass, and some is about to come to pass. Now, the main vision that's coming to pass, that was for an appointed time, is the Alpha D microchip, and we living in that time. That Alpha D microchip is here in America, which is Babylon, and that prophecy that was spoken of old, that was prophesied, that with John the Revelator is coming to pass right now as we speak, man. As I'm speaking to you right now. These words are coming to pass, man. The words of Yahweh Shah is coming to pass. Yeah, bro.
It says, but at the end it shall speak.
At the end it shall speak. And we're at the end of Esau's rulership. The end of an age. The eon of Esau, the age of Esau, is coming to an abrupt end, man. So right now, we know that we're at the end of Esau's rulership because these prophecies are starting to speak, man. You know? Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
It says, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
Though these prophecies tarry, wait for it. Because it took a long time because the apostles were speaking about the Alpha D microchip in 2002, 2003. So it was tarrying. But now we're in the time where these prophecies are starting to speak. Because back then, when they were speaking of the Alpha D microchip in 2002, 2003, because I have cassette tapes of the apostles without grace speaking about the Alpha D microchip. But now, it was tarrying, but now it's coming to pass. Because look what's going on in Wisconsin, man. They had a Alpha D microchip party. Read, bro.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
These prophecies is coming to pass, man. They're not being prolonged. They're coming to pass. They're being manifested before all you scoffers and scorners, all you false prophets that was teaching contrary to the apostles of Great Millstone, saying that the Alpha D microchip was an embargo, was Christianity, was John 3:16. Now you're looking like fools because these prophecies are speaking. And all these prophecies that was prophesied of old was coming to pass now. Read.
That was it on
That was it?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. So
Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
and what the prophet and what the apostle Tahar was saying, it's gonna be made known who the true men of the Most High. And right now, all you other camps are looking shady. Who are the true men of Yahweh? Why Yahweh shot? The apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, man. They have been prophesizing. I can attest to that. The apostles, from Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabal, Apostle Wakar, and Apostle Ramla was prophesizing about the Alpha D microchip in 2001, 2002, 2003. Here we are in 2017. And now these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. And what happened to all the gainsayers? What happened to all the scoffers and scorners? The false prophets? Such as Nate? It's June! And there's the microchip! Now you're looking like a fucking asshole, man. And I haven't seen no response videos about that. Because you know you're looking shady right now, man. So let's crawl in the hole, man. And wait for them nuclear missiles to devour your ass, man. Yeah, read, bro. Hold on. It's more?
No, that was it.
That was it. So yeah.
I got the article we're going to bring up. Real quick.
But before you bring out the article, you want to bring out this precept, bro?
Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Yep.
And that's what's going on right now, man. The Most High has poured His Spirit. Yahweh has poured His Spirit upon all flesh. And you got Edomites saying that they have seen visions of the end times, man. You got Edomites. You got Jake saying that they had dreams about the Alpha D microchip. People were getting chipped. So that's a representation of Yahweh pouring His Spirit on all flesh, man. Because you got these people, you got Edomites, you got heathens, you got the 2/3. You even got these bugged out ass women having dreams about martial law, Alpha D microchip, getting put into concentration camps. End time, man, events, man. That's how the Most High, Yahweh, say He's going to pull His Spirit upon all flesh. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and I shall, Joel chapter 2, verse 28, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I'll pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions.
And that's what's going on today. Like I said, man, you got people dreaming about the Alpha D microchip being implemented, martial law, chariots. They seeing these visions, man. They having these dreams, and they don't know what's going on, so they put them on YouTube. Y'all read, of course, various videos where these Edomites talking about they're having visions of the end times, man.
It's in movies too.
Explain it, and they put it in their movies. But ultimately, you got these Edomites and these other heathen nations, also the 2/3, but they have dreams about the offer the microchip, race wars, famine, being gathered up and put in the concentration camps. These are visions that were spoken of during the time of the prophet Joel. Yeah, bro, it's more.
So,
That was
just
it.
a quick one.
You got it.
Yeah, quick one. Jeremiah 28 verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Come. The prophets that have been before us, such as Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Ezra, Elisha, Elijah, they prophesied against great kingdoms and against many countries, man. And they have been before us. But guess what? We are them prophets coming back in the reincarnation, man. Read.
Of war and of evil and of pestilence.
They prophesied of war, of evil, which is bad times, and of pestilence, which is disease, man. And that's what's coming upon America, man. And we are them same prophets that was of old coming back in the reincarnation and prophesizing the downfall of America, man. Because we were them prophets that prophesied the downfall of the Assyrian Empire, the Babylonian Empire, prophesied the downfall of Jerusalem, the children of Israel. So we're them same prophets coming back, man, in the reincarnation, man. And now we prophesizing about the downfall of America, because before Yahweh Shah destroys a kingdom, he sends his prophets out to warn his people of the set destruction, man. And there's nothing new under the sun. What was being prophesied in the days, like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. What's been prophesied in the days of old is being prophesied now. But only thing about it, in the days of old, when Jeremiah was speaking, Ezekiel was speaking, he was prophesied to get the children of Israel. But now you can equate these same scriptures with the prophesied and the downfall of Esau, which is so-called white man, and the Babylonian kingdom, which is Esau's kingdom, man. Yeah, read.
Esau.
That was it.
Yeah. Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
And that's what we do. We blow the trumpet in Zion, which is the children of Israel, which is the monument, which means Zion means monument, So we blowing the trumpet in Zion, man. The children of Israel is scattered. So we put it on the internet and blowing that trumpet on the highways and the byways, also on the unicorn, man. And that's being broadcast throughout the four corners of the earth, man. So those that's a part of the elect, they're going to hear the words, and they're going to hear that trumpet, and they're going to come back into the fold, bro. Read.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. Not only the Israelites, but the Moabites, the Ammonites, and all the Ishmaelites, the Hamites, the Edomites. Let them all tremble, man. Because it's for everybody to hear these prophecies. That's why we're on the highways and the byways, man. We're on the concourse, man. The Gogoria, which means the marketplace, man. And we out there on the highways and the byways on 34th Street, and all nations are hearing the prophecies of the Lord, man. So there's no excuse, man. There's no cloak for your sins, man. Because all nations are hearing the prophecies of Yahweh Shah. Also, it's going out via internet, man. Do it the four corners, man. So every nation is hearing the prophecies of Yahweh Shah, man. Read.
For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
For the day of the Lord is coming, man. For it is near at hand. And the day of the Lord is not a picnic. It's the day of cruelty. It's the day of straight, hardcore barbarianism, man. A day of straight cruelty, man. Straight, I mean, what words can I bring forth? Devastation, destruction, devious cruelty, man. Vengeance, man. In the most devious way, man. That's the day of the Lord, man.
Got a precept for you.
Come on.
This is
More
Ze-
than that. It's more than that.
Oh, listen. You got it.
This is Zephaniah 1 and 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
That day that's coming, the day of the Lord, the day that all these that the Most High, Yahweh Yahushua, put the spirit on these nations, all these kings of all these nations to shoot their missiles off. It's going to be a day of wrath, a day of destruction, a day of cruelty, a day of deep, devious vengeance, man. And none of y'all going to escape the vengeance of the Lord, man. Read.
A day of wasteness and desolation.
And what's going to bring the wasteness? Them ICBM nuclear missiles, man. And that's the waster. Yahweh calls his, he said, I brought forth the waster, which is his instrument. That he had these scientists bring forth, man. He called it the waster. And that's going to bring forth desolation, man. Throughout the whole the land of America, certain parts of Russia, the whole land of Israel, certain parts of China, and certain parts of other parts of the earth, man, that's slated for destruction. You can't escape it. Them plagues that's going to be sent upon these nations is some ICBM nuclear missiles. Read.
A day of darkness and gloominess.
A day of darkness and gloominess, man. A day of darkness and gloominess, man. Because once them nuclear missiles hit, it's gonna make a nuclear winter. It's gonna block out the sun. It's gonna turn day into darkness. It's gonna be real gloomy, mad death and destruction. And I can't wait for it, man. Read.
A day of clouds and thick darkness.
A day of clouds and thick darkness, because it's gonna be a nuclear winter, because that smoke is gonna block out the sun, man. It's gonna be a horrific day, man.
I appreciate it.
It's more.
There's a little more, yeah.
Yeah.
Verse 16. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities.
The day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced city. That fenced city is America, man. You know? So day of alarm, the day that trumpet is going to be blown. It says in Joel 2:1, blow ye the trumpet of Zion, and that trumpet is going to be blown hard, man. Because Jerusalem, which are you Native Americans, you Negroes, and you Hispanics, is dwelling in America, man. And also in the four corners of the earth, man. So we blowing that trumpet for y'all. Also for the other nations, man. To understand their destruction is coming and drawing near, and they're going to go into slavery. Esau, the main culprit, going into slavery. But all these other nations is going to follow behind Esau. They're going into slavery. Read, that was it?
A little more. It says, and against the high towers.
And against the high towers, man. All these nations, I'm saying, the high towers right now, is Esau's kingdom, man. So that destruction is going to come upon America with a sword destruction, man. It's coming upon America, man. And there's nothing these Edomites can do about it, man. America is done.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Joel chapter 2, verse 2. A day of darkness. A day of darkness.
Okay, you gotta move up a little bit. Yeah.
Me?
A day of darkness. Joel chapter 2, verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess.
A day of darkness and gloominess. The brother brought it out, though, bro. But that's all good. That's the spirit. A day of darkness and gloominess, man. What's going to bring that darkness and that gloominess? Them nuclear missiles, man. That's going to be the day of destruction. The day that Esau get his ass handed to him, man. Not only is the nuclear missiles going to be it's going to be wreaking havoc, but them chariots going to be shooting them laser beams, man, that concentrated fire, pursuant to Isaiah 66 and 15, man. So, your days are numbered, Esau. Devil, cracker. There's more?
A day of clouds and of thick darkness.
A day of clouds and of thick darkness. Man, them clouds represent them chariots, man. And that darkness represent that nuclear holocaust, man, whereas it's going to block out the sun. Them chariots is them clouds, man. They're going to be shooting them concentrated laser beams, man. That fire that's going to be zapping you Edomites and the rest of you wicked-ass nations, and also the 2/3 of our own people, man. Read.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
That great people and the strong, some of them nuclear missiles, man. Over 200 million missiles, man. It's going to be shot off on America, man. And that has never happened, man, in the history of this world, man. And it's never going to happen again after that, man. Total destruction, man. And there's nothing you could do about it, Esau. I don't care how many missile defense systems you put up, the THAAD missile system you put up, the Patriot missile system you put up. You ain't going to be able to combat all the missiles coming. Over 200 million missiles, man. And what's going to deliver you out of the hands of Yahweh while Yahweh shot? Because the spirit of the Most High is going to be upon them missiles, man. They're targets, and to destroy them targets, man. You just flesh and blood, man. You're not a god, even though you look at yourself as being God. But you're going to be destroyed, man. Taking on your rulership, man. You're going to be humble. Read, it's more.
God. Even to the years of many generations.
Even to the years of many generations, man. After this nuclear holocaust, man, it's never going to happen again, man. And that's going to put all these nations in fear. Because that's the second death, man. And that second death is going to be horrific. Only the elect is going to escape that second death, man. The hopeful elect, the 1/3, man. And that's a scary thing, man. That's why you got to stay diligent, man. And keep on pushing this word, man. Because we don't know who the elect is, man. We don't know who we got an idea. Those that's doing the word of the Most High and sincerity and truthful. We don't know who the elect is. That's why you got to be steadfast in this thing, man. Because only the elect is going to be saved, man, in that day, man. In that day of destruction. The day of the Lord, man. The day of the Lord of hosts, man. Who can abide the day of the Lord, man? More?
Time. And it reads, it says, a fire devoureth before them.
A fire devoured before them. Read.
And behind them a flame burneth.
And behind them a flame burneth. See, that flame that burneth behind them is them. You see, that the fire that's going to propel the nuclear missile, man. That fire that's going to burn behind them is the fire that's propelling the nuclear missile, man. That's shooting off that have it going, man. Read.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, because you see what's going on in America right now, right? A lot of greenery, grass, concrete. Certain parts of America, man, mainly in the Midwest, it's a lot of greenery, man, vegetation, cattle. It's beautiful, man. If you're a man that like vegetation and greenery, you're gonna see that the middle part of America, like Wyoming, Oregon, Nebraska, it's all greenery, man. It's beautiful. That's like the Garden of Eden. Read.
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
Once them missiles hit America, the whole...
Alright, this is Joel chapter 2 verse 3. It says, a fire devoureth before them.
Yeah, that fire that's going to devour before them is the nuclear missiles, man. You know? And behind them is the flame. You know, you could skip down, bro.
Right, first, skip down. It says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Yeah, like I said, man. You look at certain parts of Nebraska, Wyoming, you know, Oregon, you know. It has great greenery, man. Vegetation, cattle. It's like the Garden of Eden, man. It's beautiful, man. But read.
And behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea.
But behind them is a great desolate wilderness. And what's going to bring that desolate wilderness? Them ICBM nuclear missiles, man. Read.
and nothing shall escape them.
And nothing is going to escape it. I mean, America is going to be totally destroyed, man, wiped off the face of the earth, man. From the four corners of America, from California to New York, from New York to Washington, from Washington to the mid-states, man, it's going to be wiped off the face of the earth, man. You're not going to be able to tell one state from the other because it's going to be a desert. Read.
The appearance of them is as the appearances of horses.
The appearance of them is the appearance of horses. Now, horses represent power, man. So them nuclear missiles is going to come in great power, man, and destroy America. Read.
And as horsemen, so shall they run.
And as horsemen, so shall they run. Because they're going to come in battle array, man. And they're going to be shot off, man. And they're going to look like an army. An army of soldiers, but it's going to be an army of missiles, man. It's not men, it's missiles, man. ICBM nuclear missiles is going to be shot off, man. And the appearance of them is the appearance of what? Read it again.
And the appearance of them is as the appearances of horses.
The appearance of them is the appearances of horses. Horsepower, bro. They're going to come in their power, man. A horse represents power. And that's great power that the nuclear missiles is going to come with, man. Read.
And it reads, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap.
You're going to hear. They're going to come and they're going to bring destruction, man. That's all you're going to hear, man. Before you don't hear nothing else. Before you go back, before you appear in the spirit world, bro. That's it. You're going to hear. What's that? Boom! Now you're in the spirit world.
Oh, man.
That's it. You're going to wake up in the spirit world after that. Read.
Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble.
Because with nuclear missiles, man, thermal is hot, man. And nuclear is that fire, man. The missiles, man. And what come out of nuclear missiles? Fire, man. And it's going to burn this country and all the inhabitants of this land up, man. Read.
As a strong people set in battle array.
As a strong people set in battle array, like I said, that strong people representing them nuclear missiles, man. That's going to be set in battle array against America, man. And all these nations that have nuclear capabilities is going to shoot missiles off on America, man. And they're not going to escape. The whole America, like I said before, is going to be totally destroyed, man. Anybody got any? Bring that piece of that, bro.
Oh, yeah, though.
You got something, Bill?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bring that article. So you want to after bring that article out after you
Oh,
got
okay,
this piece.
okay.
Amos chapter 2. Pardon me. Amos chapter 3, verse 8. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh has spoken, who can but prophesy?
That's right. Read it again, bro.
Amos chapter 3, verse 8. The lion hath roared.
The lion have roared. Who's the lion? The lion is Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, read it.
No. Read it again. It said, the lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord has spoken, who can but prophesy? Because when you read up, it says, when it goes into the day of the Lord, how you can't escape it. It pretty much tells you, as a bear, or he fled from a lion and such, and the serpent bit him.
Yeah.
So the scripture is telling you the lion hath roared. Meaning what, man? Look at all the prophecies and stuff that are taking place, man. How can you not help but prophesy? Because the sister just told you that the Most High has spoken. Who can but prophesy? How does he speak? He's speaking through these prophecies that these brothers are going to.
That's right.
So he's supposed to be prophesying, man. Not fucking doing cookouts and all them kind of bullshit you niggas is doing, fucking playing games and shit like that. Look at the times we're in. We're in the 1950s, man.
Cheetos.
Doing rap concerts.
And all that kind of fuckery, man. We're in the 1950s and 1930s. The year we in right now, these prophecies are speaking, man. As you can see out there in Wisconsin, all right, North Korea, Russia, all this tension of war, rumors of war. We're in the time of Matthew the 24th chapter, man. So what are we about to do? Prophesy, man.
Bring that out, bro. When they finish this right here, bring it out. Matthew 24. You got it. Bring it out. There's more.
That's it.
That was it. So bring it out, bro.
This is Matthew's 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And what do you hear right now, man? You hear wars, with the wars that's going on in Afghanistan, the wars that's going on in Iraq, in Libya, the wars that's going on in it's Iraq, Libya, Iran, no, not Iran, Iraq, Libya, Jordan, you know, and in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, read.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
All these wars that's coming to pass, like I said, the wars that's going on in Iran, I'm saying Iraq, in Libya, in Egypt, mainly the hotbed in the Middle East, is supposed to come to pass, and it's coming to pass. And the rumors of wars is what you hear about. Is with North Korea, Iran, Russia, China. China because of the South China Sea, Russia because they painting Russia as being a boogeyman, like Russia interfered with the elections, and Iran because they have their nuclear capabilities, North Korea because they shooting off missiles. These are wars and rumors of wars. The wars are Libya, Afghanistan, Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon. Those are the wars, and the rumors of wars is North Korea, Iran, China, dealing with the South China Sea, and Russia. Read.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
And when you see what's going on right now, nations rise against nation. You got India and Pakistan beefing with each other. You got India and China beefing with each. No, you got Pakistan and China beefing with each other right now. So this is nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, man. You got the Russian Federation come up against America
The sanctions.
with sanctions. You have the Chinese government being sanctioned, the North Korean government being sanctioned by America. These are wars and rumors of wars, man. Kingdoms rising against kingdoms, man. This is going on right now, and these prophecies are speaking, but you dumb niggas can't see that, man. Read.
And there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places.
And what do you see right now going on? The famine in Venezuela, in Brazil, the pestilence is going on in Africa, man. Diseases running rampant. Diseases running rampant in America, man. AIDS, cancer, Ebola, E. coli. Read.
Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
And all these pestilence and rumors of wars and wars is the beginning of sorrow, man. But the end is not yet. Read it, bro. That was it?
I got precept. Oh, you got something?
Go ahead.
All right, this is on Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, here come two woes more hereafter.
That first woe was talking about World War I, man. From 1914 to 1918. That was the first woe that passed, man. And there was two more after that, man. Read.
Verse 13, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh. Verse 14, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
And them four angels that's bound in the great river Euphrates is them angels that's holding back the four winds, that's holding back that nuclear destruction, man.
In the Middle East.
In the Middle East, man. And right now they holding back that destruction, but also what's going on in the Middle East, man. You see what's building up, man? It's building up to double nuclear destruction, man. World War III. Read, bro.
Verse 15, and the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
The third part of men is Esau, man. And what's going to slay the third part of men? Thermal nuclear destruction, man. them nuclear missiles that's going to be set off by Iran, that's going to be shot off by Russia, China, Iran, India, Pakistan, Libya, Egypt,
EU. Yeah.
the EU, such as Great Britain, France, Germany. They're going to set themselves in a battle array against America. Matter of fact, get Jeremiah 50 and 9.
Jeremiah chapter 50.
Hold on, before you get that, hold on. Read that, finish that out, bro. Finish.
Verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them.
The army of the horsemen is representing, it's at 200,000, meaning 200 million missiles, man. Those are ICBM nuclear missiles, man. That's not an army of horsemen, of men. That's an army of nuclear missiles that's going to be shot off on America, man.
Go ahead. Verse 17, Revelation 9 and 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
That's talking about the nuclear missiles, man.
Which proves it wasn't men too.
That proves it wasn't men. It was nuclear missiles, man. It was an army of ICBM nuclear missiles, man, that was shot off, man.
I got a precept.
From all these countries, man. And I'm gonna bring out, and I'm gonna prove that.
I got a precept real quick, just before I get that.
Yeah, go
It
ahead.
says Joel chapter 2 verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
They should run like mighty men. Who should run like mighty men? Them nuclear missiles, man. They should climb them. Read it?
They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
They should climb the wall like men of war. That's about them nuclear missiles, because all the targets that is designated to be hit is going to be hit, man. Nothing's going to be perceived. It's going to be dust and smoke after when them nuclear missiles are detonated and shot off on America, man. That's
And hold on, let's finish the last one. And they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
and all them missiles that's going to be shot off is going to be laser guided, also guided by the spirit of the Most High Yahweh Wayahweh, and they're not going to break their rank, man. They're going to hit their designated target and destroy what it's set out to destroy, and that's just it. And you can't get around that.
I got 2 more verses.
I got Jeremiah for you.
Right. So bring that, bring that thing. You come out there.
Revelation 9 and 18. By these 3 was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone.
Hold on. The third part of men that is speaking about in the book of Revelation is the Esau, man. And they was killed by the fire, the smoke, and the brimstone, which are the ICBM nuclear missiles. Read.
Which issued out of their mouths.
Was issued out of the mouth. Yeah.
Last verse, Revelation 9 and 19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
See them, and their tail was representing that fire that propelled the nuclear missile, man. And in their head was them warheads, man. That was issued out of the missiles. And read it again, bro.
Revelation 9 and 19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails.
The mouth was them warheads, man, them nuclear warheads, and the tail was the fire that was propelling the missile to bring forth the nuclear warheads. Yeah, bro.
For their tails was like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
Because once the fire is propelled out of the back of the missiles, it leaves a smoke trail, and it look like a little serpent the way it's shaped. You know? And out of their mouth, it do. Say, read it again, bro. Out of their mouth, what?
And with them they do hurt.
And what's gonna hurt? The fucking warheads, man. That's gonna be shot upon America, man. Multiple warheads, man. There's more?
Oh, that's it.
So bring out that piece of wood.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, bring out Jeremiah.
Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9. It says, For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations.
The Most High Yahweh said, For lo, I will cause to come up against Babylon
An assembly of great nations.
an assembly of great
from the
nations.
north country.
And who are them assembly of great nations? First and foremost, for the North Country, Russia, then China, Iran, North Korea, Libya, Pakistan. Who else? Great Britain, France, Germany. All these nations are going to come up against America. They're going to set themselves in battle array. And they're going to shoot all their armory. All that been up the bow. That bow is them silos that them nuclear missiles are resting in. And once they bend that bow and unleash them nuclear missiles out of that silo, nothing's going to bring them missiles back, man. They're going to hit their designated target again, bro.
And they shall set themselves in array against her.
And they shall set themselves in array against her. Meaning they're gonna surround, they're gonna set themselves in battle array, and they're gonna set themselves up to shoot the missiles off on America, man. From one end of the country, out of the atmosphere, back into the ozone layer, into their designated targets, man. And that's ICBM. Intercontinental ballistic missiles from one continent to the next, man. And they're going to destroy America, which is Babylon, which is Egypt, which is Sodom. Also, Israel is going to be wiped off the map too. But the difference between Israel and America is Israel is going to be built back up again. America is going to be a desert for wild creatures, man.
Got a question?
There's more than that right there, bro?
From thence shall she be taken.
From thence shall America be taken, man. How they going to be taken? They're going to be burnt with fire, man. Read.
Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man.
Their arrows, which are them ICBM nuclear missiles, is going to be laser guided. Also, the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to be upon the missiles. And they're going to be guided through the spirit of the Most High. And they're going to hit their mark. Read.
None shall return in vain.
None of these missiles is going to fall out of the sky. None of these missiles are going to return to them silos that they've been shot out of. None of these missiles is going to be shot down by the THAAD, which is the Thermal High Altitude, some shit they had, man. THAAD, the Patriot Missile Defense System. It's not going to be shot out of the sky. They're going to hit their mark. That's
How's
it.
that?
You got that?
Yes, sir.
Before you said, bring out the article, boy. You be holding that article. Bring that article out.
Did I teach y'all about D-chip?
That's enough. But yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna hit that for us again.
Isaiah, I want to bring Isaiah 13, verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Read it in from the top.
Okay. Isaiah 13, verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms.
And Babylon, which is America, the glory of kingdoms. Read.
The beauty of the Chaldees'
The
excellency.
beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, because the ancient Chaldeans was the Magites and the soothsayers. But now, you fast forward it, it's the Council of 13, the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Affairs, the wise men of Esau that secretly govern America. Read.
Shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
America should be where America should be as when the Most High Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And how he overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah? But fire. But this is gonna be thermal nuclear fire, man. The same thing that happened back then is gonna happen again, but it's gonna be hyped up, man.
That second part proves that it's not talking about America.
That's
because
right, man.
When Babylon was overthrown, it wasn't, huh?
About ancient Babylon, you
Yeah.
said it's
Exactly.
talking about America.
See,
Yeah,
right
Slack
there,
is
come.
right.
You bring it, that's a good point, bro. Slack it for bringing it up, for me not bringing it out, because ancient Babylon was became a providence of the Medo-Persian Empire, man. It was not overthrown, man. It became a providence of the ancient Medo-Persian Empire. So it's talking about a future Babylon, which is America, man. That's why America is considered the daughter of Babylon. You know?
Yeah. Again, Sodom and Gomorrah was not inhabited today. But Babylon is, that's over there in Iraq.
That's cunt.
So
That's
you
another
know,
point.
when America is destroyed, it's just going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah. No longer inhabited, man.
That's right. Cunt. Bring it up. That was more?
Yeah, that was it.
That was more. So anybody got anything else?
Real quick.
Yep.
This is Matthew's 10 and 34, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but the sword.
The sword is that concentrated fire. It's gonna be shot at them chariots, man. During the time of destruction, man. That's that sword of the Most High, man. People is more. Read.
And I,
So Yahweh Shai, when he come back, he's not bringing peace. He's bringing the sword, man. He's gonna come back with the armies of heaven, with the archangel Michael, and he's gonna shoot them that concentrated fire out. He's not gonna come back with flowers and candy and loving everybody. He's gonna come back with death and destruction, man, destroying the wicked and saving the righteous, man, which is the only a small elect. Oh, the 1/3 the governing body, man. At the same time he bringing destruction, he's gonna be bringing deliverance to the children of Israel. But the 1/3 of the children of Israel, man, only the governing body, the elect. Read.
Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
You said, read it again. Isaiah what?
Isaiah 34:5.
34 and 5. Read.
For my sword shall be bathed in
For the
heaven.
Most High ICBM nuclear missile, which is his sword, shall be bathed in heaven, which is the heaven, which is Esau's rulership, man. Read.
Behold, it shall come down upon
It
Idumea.
shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is a Greek word for Esau, man. You know, which is Edom. Idumea is a Greek word for Edom, and Edom is a so-called white man. Read, bro.
And upon the people of my curse.
And the people, and the Most High, and upon the people of the Most High's curse is these Edomites. How were they cursed? They was cursed with the lack of pigmentation, man. So that's the Most High's curse, man. The people upon the Most High's curse, going back to Cain, man. When the Most High marked Cain with that skin of leprosy, that was a curse. So Cain came back, and Cain came back as Esau. So that's the Most High's curse. Esau, which lacked pigmentation, was the so-called white man, is the people of the Most High's curse. Read.
It says, to judgment.
And read it again, bro.
All right, Isaiah 34:5. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Idumea is a Greek word which means Edom, and the people of the Most High's curse is the Edomites, man. Going back to Cain, man. Cain is the reincarnation of these Edomites, man. Because the Most High marked Cain with that curse of leprosy, and who have that curse right now to this day? Esau, man. So that's a people of the Most High's judgment, and they're going to receive a great judgment. That great judgment is thermonuclear destruction. It's more.
It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. The blood of what? Esau. The blood of who? Esau and any other nations. Also the 2/3. Read.
And with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of ram, for the Lord had made a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
That word Basra is an ancient city that Esau dwelt in the ancient world. Basra was the capital of their land, man. And Most High said he got a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And like I said, Idumea is a Greek word for Edom, man. So the Most High have a great slaughter in the land of the Edomites, man. And what's that land that they occupy right now? America, man. That's their empire, man. The Most High is going to slaughter Esau with a sword destruction, by thermonuclear destruction, and put an end to this wicked ass nation.
I got one more piece up.
Yeah. Let them bring up some. What's that?
This is like here, Ezekiel 35 and 8. Slakia, 9. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return.
Read
8. Ezekiel 35, verse 8. And I will fill his mountain with his slain men.
And the mountain represents the government of Esau, man. It's Esau's, the mountain of Esau is going to be filled with slain men. Because once they go into the Middle East, you know, and this war kick off, this World War III kick off, man, all these armies, all the armies of Esau, from the army, the Marines, the Air Force, and the Navy, they're going to be put to death, man. Read.
In thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
All the governments, all the high governments, the small governments, they're going to be slain by the sword, man, and they're going to fall, man. That's it.
One more verse, verse 9. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return.
And that perpetual desolation is talking about America, man. And the cities that have been built in America is not going to return, man. They're going to be a total desolate wilderness, man. And there's nothing you Edomites can do that can change that. All you niggas that's a part of the 2/3 that want to keep his kingdom upheld and want to save Esau, you're going to fall with Esau. Because Esau, which is the white man, is slated for destruction. And nothing you can do about it. You can't save him. You can't even save yourself. But you're going to fall with him. Like it says those that are joined unto him shall fall by the sword. And that sword is that thermonuclear missile, man. It's man, that's going to be dreadful.
I just want to bring out the definition of Edom to prove without a shadow of a doubt is you so-called white people, and to understand the disdain the Lord has for you and your people. But real quick, the definition of Edom. Name of Edom in the Hebrew Bible, the Hebrew word Edom means red and is derived from the name of its original founder, whose name was Esau, the eldest son of the Hebrew patriarch, because he was born red all over.
That's right.
You can't get around that, man.
You can't get around that. Esau is the so-called white man. Because he lacked pigmentation, and it goes back to his forefather Cain, man. In the reincarnation. You can't get around that, man. If you can accept that, Cain is a reincarnation of Esau, man.
Can't run, but you can't hide.
But you know, only the wise can accept that, man. Is anybody got any more precepts?
Got something?
Hey, come, break it up.
Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. You got these Bible thumpers and these fake ass Christians that's waiting for the so-called rapture, which is bullshit. It's not in the scriptures. They're waiting for the day of the Lord, but that day of the Lord is gloominess and destruction. And what profit do you have in that right there? Because you ain't serving the true power, which is Yahweh Yahweh Shah. So you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be put in concentration camps. You're gonna die from the famine, the race war. You're gonna take the Alpha D microchip, man. So what good is it for you? Read, bro.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Because the day of the Lord is the nuclear missiles that's going to be detonated and sent on America, man.
And it's going to be an actual dark and gloomy day.
That's
that
right.
scripture is also literal. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Just like I always say this, man. Yahweh Shah is going to, when you're watching them WrestleMania videos and shit, motherfuckers is wrestling.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck what's happening when you hear because Stone Cold is coming and the fucking light shuts off and the things start flashing. It's a grand entrance, you know what I'm saying? Same thing that Yahweh Shah cracked them skies. You're not gonna hear that, but it's gonna be that same type of.
You're gonna hear that horn.
You're gonna have that same type of
trumpet.
entrance, a dark cloud. You know what I'm saying? Shit get dark. You watching the rest of shit get dark. It's gonna be that same type of dark, gloomy day, man. You're gonna know it's the day of the Lord.
That's right.
And why do Stone Cold and all these other rappers, Undertaker, why they set that scene and have that tone to just command the whole ring? Because they have a reputation. When you read the book of 1 Philippians chapter 2, verse 9 and 10, it tells you that Yahweh Shah was highly exalted above Every spirit, man.
That's right. Con.
All right. So when he cracked them skies,
They got
and that
it, bro.
particular day, the Lord come, that dark, gloomy day, it ain't gonna be no. That ain't gonna be no. This is Project Blue Beam. No, you gonna know his entrance is gonna be like none other, man.
It's gonna be a grand entrance. That's right.
You want that Philippians?
Yeah, you can bring that out.
Philippians 2 and 9.
Come on, brother.
Wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him,
Mhm.
and hath given him a name which is above every name.
Yeah, the scriptures say he was highly exalted. Also going to the 10th verse. So, what made those wrestlers have them great intros? Whoever comes on the scene and just sets a certain tone is their reputation, they known. You know what I'm saying? But above all spirit that was ever created, the only begotten is known above all spirits, man. So how glorious is this entrance going to be? Just like when you watch Man of Steel when Zod came. All right, he cracked the skies. Zod's on your phone. Zod's in the printer. Zod's on the TV. Zod's on the radio. Everywhere you look, it was Zod. And everybody had to hear his message. It's the same when Yahushua cracked the screens. I don't care if you're deaf, you're going to be able to hear. If you're blind, you're going to be able to see. You try to close your eyes, he's going to be in your mind.
That's right.
All right, you're not going to escape him when he come through.
Verse 10. That at the name of Hamashiach Yahushai, every knee should bow.
Bowing is a form of reverence. All right, so when we say you're supposed to worship Yahushua, well, the scripture's going to tell you that. You're supposed to worship him. All right, because you got niggas out there talking about only worship Yahweh. You motherfuckers going to die, man. All right, go ahead.
Of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth.
Yep, so the principalities in this earth bow at the knees of Yahushua. Right? That shows you what? Demons are in order, man. You got guys bugging out angels and demons. They be fighting. Satan is going to take the throne. That's all fucking fairy tales, man. Demons are in complete order. All right? They don't act upon their own will. They do what the Heavenly Father tell them to do. Satan, all right? They think it's a war. No, man. All these principalities bow at the presence of the Son, man. They know what's up. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
No, that's it.
I got a precept.
Now, there's a little bit more on this. Amos chapter 5, verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. So letting you know what? Letting you know that what? That's the day of the Lord, because what? Alright, so it says flee from the lion. So here it is, you done escape the chip, you done escape the martial law, boom, you bump into the family. You escape the family, bump into the pestilence. Alright? You escape that, finally find some food, a gurgle troop right there. Say you escape all that shit. At the end of the day, that serpent's gonna bite your ass. And what's that serpent? The nuclear missiles, man. Alright? That the brother, you just read in the book of Revelation, the tails are like serpents. Alright? So, we always bringing out to the weak, we was bringing out wisdom is above rubies. Wisdom is above woman. Ecclesiastes 9 and 18. Wisdom is more precious than weapons of war. Why is wisdom above all these things? Isaiah 33:16. 2 Timothy's 3 and 15. Wisdom is the only thing that can save your ass.
That's right.
Woman can't save you. Gold, your precious gold and rubies, and food you're storing up, them ammunitions you locking and loading, that can't give you salvation. That ain't gonna get you in the chariots and out of this destruction, man. Wisdom and knowledge of the Holy Scriptures is gonna save you, man. That's why it's so precious.
That's why it says knowledge of wisdom should be the stability of that time, man.
Right.
And strength of wisdom, man. The salvation of the Lord is his treasure, man. And that's just staying to the point, man. Read it, bro.
Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Cut. Straight to the point, man. The knowledge and wisdom of these scriptures, man, is going to save you, man. Not the. You agree, bro?
Yeah, real quick to back that up. 2 Timothy, because they ain't talking about any wisdom, man. You know, it's 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 15. And that from a child that has known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Yahushua.
That's what the Holy Scriptures, man. That's right, man. That's what's going to make you wise, man.
Yeah.
Not the Quran, not the Book of the Dead, not any of the other books that's out here to deceive you, but the Holy Scriptures, man.
Yeah.
The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh by Yahweh Shah is going to save you unto salvation, man. Nothing else, man.
I got something.
Yeah.
This is 2 Ezra 9 and 7. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed.
But read it again, bro.
This is 2 Ezra 9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils.
Escape the tribulation by your works and by faith, man. Your works is going in the highways and the byways, man. Teaching the downfall of America and prophesizing, prophesizing the downfall of America and bringing back the children of Israel to the fold, man. The elect of the children of Israel. Read.
And shall see my salvation in my land.
And those that's out there on the highways and the byways, putting up videos, being in season, out of season, in the cold, the heat, the wetness, which is the rain and the snow. The sincere brothers that's a part of the elect is going to see the salvation of the Lord, man, in due season.
Yeah, appreciate.
It's more?
Yeah, there's more. It says, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
For the Most High has set them apart for Him in the beginning, man. The beginning of the foundation of the world, man. When Yahweh Shah and the rest of the angels was setting the foundation and creating. Because those that's a part of the elect was a part of the building and the construction of this world, man.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, appreciate. This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 24. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted.
The fear of the wicked shall come upon them. And what's that fear of the wicked? Getting put in a guillotine, famine, getting shot down by Gurkha troops, being in concentration camps. That's the fear of the wicked, man. Not be able to feed your children, during the time of Jacob's trouble, women being raped, getting your doors kicked in, somebody it's like ravishing your goods, taking your goods from you. That's all a part of fear.
As the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more.
That whirlwind is going into them chariots, man, in the day of the Lord. That's going to bring forth judgment. It's going to be shooting them laser missiles, them lasers that concentrated fire. Read.
But the righteous is an everlasting foundation.
The righteous is going to be an everlasting foundation, because once the righteous is established, which are the 1/3, man, it's going to be an everlasting foundation, man. It's not going to be taken down by any other nation, for we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. And King David is going to be the king, set up as a king under Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah is going to be the head man. Ultimately, Yahweh is going to be the head man. Yahweh Shah, King David, and the 12, and the rest of the ruling class, man. Yeah, bro.
That's it. Yeah.
That was it.
I got one more thing. This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Break it down, bro.
Yeah, so the words of the prophecy, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the mark of the beast. All right, knowing that you're an Israelite, the names of the Lord, knowing what's going to happen. Blessed is he that readeth, that keeps the same, that can endure unto the end.
I got one more precept.
And we're going to close it out with this right here.
Proverbs 57, verse 4 says, Say unto wisdom, Thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman.
That was Proverbs 4 and 7?
No, 7 and 4.
Okay.
7 and 4, yeah. Let me read that again.
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 4. Say unto wisdom, Thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman.
Read it again.
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 4 says, Say unto wisdom, Thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman.
Yeah, pretty much keep wisdom close to you, man. Well, wisdom is pretty much likened onto a woman, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got that word Sophia from, which means wisdom in the Greek.
That's right.
These different, the scripture is a woman, you know what I'm saying? So keep that woman close to you, That's all.
That's it.
Yeah. we're not gonna, anybody got anything else?
I just wanted to bring out one quick last one. Not
You ain't got none? All right. Anybody's got anything else?
That's it.
So, with that being said, we hope you brothers was edified. We're going to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, and double honors to the apostles of elders and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, Akim out there that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. We almost out this bitch, man. You see what's going on with the Alpha D microchip, man. Let's be steadfast, man. Don't take that Alpha D microchip, man, even unto death, man. Let's be faithful, man. We almost out this bitch once again, man. And with that being said, I'm going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.